You're scrolling your feed. You see those sneakers or that new gadget. The price hurts. And then your eyes catch that small, clean, beautiful button. 4 payments of $50, 0% interest. In that moment, something short circuits in your brain. Tap the button and boom! A dopamine hit. The thing is yours. And your wallet barely feels it. It feels like magic. Like you just found a legal cheat code inside capitalism. But here is the problem. Companies like Klarna and Afterpay are worth tens of billions of dollars. They have glass skyscrapers, thousands of employees, and Hollywood-sized ad budgets. If they're giving you money for free, not charging interest like a bank, where is all that gold coming from? There is an old rule in finance. If you don't understand how a service makes money, you are the product. This goes deeper, much deeper. We are dealing with the most advanced psychological manipulation in the history of retail. Right now, under the hood of the global economy, something is growing that experts call ghost debt. Hundreds of billions of dollars that no official report can see. We've entered an era where debt stopped feeling like a burden and became a lifestyle. And while you are enjoying your new purchase, an algorithm behind your phone has already calculated how to take away your financial future without even sending you an interest bill. But before we break this system open, we need to understand how they convinced us that free cheese is real. For a long time, credit cards were the villains of finance. You know the story. Crazy interest, hidden fees, debt collectors knocking on doors. Gen Z and millennials learned that lesson and started avoiding banks. And then they appeared. Bright, pretty apps in soft pastel colors saying, forget credit cards, that's old school. We are your friends. We just help you buy what you want without stress. This was the biggest rebrand in the history of debt. They took the scary word credit and turned it into the trendy phrase, pay later. Wrapped in pink UI and influencer marketing, the genius of this trap is how simple it is. No long forms, no credit checks, and most important, no interest. Buy now, pay later brands or BNPL brands call themselves anti-banks. They literally say we trust you more than the financial system does. And it works. When you see 0% interest, your brain drops its guard. You feel in control, like you tricked the system and got a free loan. Why pay everything now when you can keep your cash and pay little by little? Here is the irony. While you think you escaped the evil corporation, you've put on a collar that's much harder to see. The anti-credit card is the perfect Trojan horse. By removing all the fear and friction, these apps remove your last safety net against financial disaster. They build a world where debt no longer feels like debt. It feels like a normal part of your phone's interface. And the longer you stay inside this pretty illusion, the less you notice the ground disappearing under your feet. To understand how we got here, we need to look into the past and see just how this machine was built. A long time ago, things worked in a way that now feels ancient. There was something called layaway. You paid in small parts. Only when you finished paying did you get the item. That was the age of patience. Then came credit cards saying, take it now, pay later, but with brutal interest. That was the age of risk. But the real explosion happened when technology flipped everything upside down. Buy now, pay later took an old 1950s idea, washed off the dust, and turned it into a shiny digital amusement park. They removed the main barrier of capitalism, waiting. Now time works against you, not for you. And this shift happened so quietly. We didn't even read the terms. The breaking point came in 2020, when the world locked down and online shopping became our main source of dopamine, while banks were drowning in paperwork. Buy now, pay later companies found a legal loophole. If they don't officially call it credit and don't charge your interest, they don't have to follow all the laws that protect you from that trap. They made the store, not you, their real customer. Merchants are happy to pay huge fees because they know one dirty secret. When people don't feel the pain of paying now, the critical thinking shuts off. But there is no free lunch. Someone has to pay. The deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. Behind this convenience is a system that literally rewires your brain. Look, the world is a game. Let's be honest, most of us never got the manual. If you want to stop being a victim of the system and actually understand the hidden rules of wealth, you should join my weekly newsletter. If you click the link below right now, you can grab my modern scam dictionary. I've broken down 50 psychological triggers that corporations use to control your brain and your wallet. Along with that, I'll send you my employee to founder roadmap and the exact focus system I use to manage my team and hit high-staked goals. Every week I share the behind the scenes of this channel, business breakdowns, and the kind of deep dives that are too intense for YouTube. It's time to stop playing by their rules and start building your own. Get it for free right now. Now, back to the story. Have you ever noticed how every store now pushes a giant pay in parts button? That's not kindness. That's a sniper shot to your brain. Scientists found that when we pay money, our brain reacts like we just stabbed our toe on a table. It really hurts. Buy now, pay later is financial anesthesia. Paying $400 for a pair of Nikes right now? That hurts. But what if you pay just $100 today? Your brain relaxes. That's nothing. We didn't become richer. We just learned not to feel ourselves getting poorer. So how do they make money? This is where it gets interesting. Stores pay buy now, pay later companies huge commissions, way more than banks. Why? Because when you don't feel pain, you spend like crazy. The numbers don't lie. With that button, people spend up to 70% more. Instead of normal headphones, you buy premium. Instead of one shirt, you buy 3. You think you outsmarted the system and got free money. The store, though, is celebrating with champagne because you just bought twice as much as you planned. And don't be fooled. Buy now, pay later companies are not sad when you miss a payment. For many of them, your forgetfulness is a gold mine. Miss a tiny payment once, and the free service turns into a monster. Fees and penalties here can be worse than credit cards. The scariest part is not even the money. Behind your bag, your ghost debt is growing. A mountain of tiny loans that no bank can see. And to understand how this mountain can crush your future, we need to zoom out. Let's make this real. Forget the fancy terms. Open your food delivery app. Today you can buy a burger for $10 and split it into 4 payments, $2.50 each payment. Sounds like a joke. When millions of people start buying not just iPhones, food, socks, and Netflix subscriptions on credit, something called ghost debt appears. Banks see your mortgage and car loan. They have no idea you also have 15 tiny buy now pay later plans for random stuff. It's like doing accounting with half the pages missing. No one will break into your house because you make payments on your sneakers. That's not the problem. The real problem is we've trained our brains to see prices different. Something that costs $1,000 no longer feels like $1,000. It feels like $250 per month. We fill our future with tiny payments that don't hurt alone but together become a noose. It's not a conspiracy, it's just math. When you spend money you haven't earned yet on things you don't really need, you're building your life on quicksand. Here's where the trap closes. In 2026, banks and credit bureaus finally woke up. They started adding all those buy now pay later plans into your credit report. Imagine going for a mortgage and getting rejected. Why? Because 3 years ago you missed $50 for some hoodie, and now that stain is burned into your credit history. We thought we tricked the system. In reality, we just left a long trail of digital crumbs that will eventually lead back to us. Buy now, pay later is not an evil conspiracy. It's just a very smart business that found a hole in human biology. We kept asking, where is the catch? It was right in front of us. These companies get rich not because they're evil, but because we are human. We spend more when it doesn't hurt. We forget dates when everything looks like a game. We trade peace of mind for the thrill of a new box. Free cheese really exists until you realize that in this mouse trap, debate is your ability to control your own life. In the end, it's not even about money, it's about time. Every time you click pay later, you borrow from your future self. You say, I'll deal with it next month. We're building a world where owning things turns into subscription to our own lives, where every step is already charged to tomorrow. So here is the real question. If today we already spent everything we will earn tomorrow, who actually owns our future? You or the app on your phone?